Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 2 in the BVTV Selling from Your Comfort Zone trilogy with sales expert and author of this book, Selling from Your Comfort Zone. Hello again, Stacey Hall.
Malcolm, it is wonderful to be back in your studio. Thank you so much for inviting me back.
Yeah, you know the problem with this interview, don't you? We're both in sales and we could talk forever, couldn't we?
I think so. I've been told I can.
We haven't got time, though. Let's get into episode 2. Now, in this episode, let's continue our understanding of your ABC of sales formula by moving to the B of belief. I think this is a truly important part in selling and can really set you apart from others as it embraces aspects like trust, authenticism, and credibility. So can you take us deeper into belief, please?
I would love to. Malcolm, as we talked about in the first part about alignment, once we get into that alignment, and people will get there, they'll say what is their core values, what they want to do, what they want to sell, and then they slip right out of it before they even can take action. And what causes them to slip up is a lack of belief in themselves. This is a very tender subject for me because I can remember when it was true for me, and a lot of my clients, this is where I begin with them, because they have no experience believing in themselves. What they have is a lot of people through all the years, all of us have them. It starts when we're young and our parents tell us that the direction we want to go or we feel inclined to go in whatever area, we're doing it wrong, right? We're so used to hearing people tell us, stop, you're doing it wrong. Then we become adults. And what I like to say is I like to play, explore, and discover. But what other people say is they try something. And when they try it, trying inherently means you're going to fail at it. You don't think you've got the confidence to do it. Why that makes people automatically turn to the fact that they failed, I don't understand. You tried it. Can you try it another way? Can you then try it another way until you get to be successful? But they don't. They try something once, they fail, and they stack these failures up on themselves to the point where they're buried. So even when they see the glimmer of possibility, the lack of belief puts that spark out immediately. Which is why, and we're going to talk about this in the third trilogy, so I won't say too much here, it's why they can't stay consistent. And we all know consistent action is the key to things. We'll talk about that later. So the real question that I always like to help my clients address is, what do you want to believe about yourself? What do you want to believe about yourself? Okay? I understand. You've had a lot of people around you who tell you you're not this, you're not that. I don't care. What you're not has no bearing on anything. I can't play the piano. I got weak ankles. I don't ice skate or rollerblade. Okay. So what? So I don't go do those things. There are other things I can do. Right? That's where I want us to focus on. First, in alignment, we focus on our core values. And the second is, what do I believe is good about myself? What do I believe about what I know about my products and services? What do I believe about the products and services that I can stand on? When I spend more time thinking about what do I believe in, it's really remarkable. All of a sudden, my belief starts getting strong enough that I can actually get out and get into action. So, Malcolm, that's why belief is I'll say the linchpin, right? You have the alignment, you have consistent action. Without the belief, neither one matters at all.
Yeah, I love some people who overcome, should we say, the fear of selling. You know, that false expectations appear in real definition,
Yeah.
and that because they're frightened of no's. And I met one sales director once who rewarded all his salespeople and how many no's they got, because he knew that the more no's they got, that took them to the yes. You know. And then
I,
I met another lady in sales who before she goes into a cold call sings to herself that song "Uptown Girl." I don't know if you can remember that one. Yeah, Uptown
yes,
Girl.
Billy Joel, of course.
We're
I
up.
love it. See,
Yes, believe.
that is belief.
Yes, yeah,
May I hope I can share this with you because I want to make sure people who read my book know. I actually say stop focusing on overcoming objections.
mm,
It is psychologically damaging, and I cite psychological studies in the book. When we hear that word and no, when we focus on it, even in our own minds, no one said it to us, we just think it,
yeah,
something happens to our brain chemistry that actually depletes our energy.
yes, yeah,
This
yeah,
sales training that has been taught for all these years to focus on getting, because you'll eventually get to the end. No, you won't. No, you won't. Long before you ever get to the yes, it is most likely, unless you're one of the few people who's like a bull that when they see red, they charge at it. There are a few
mm,
people, you give them a no, they'll charge at it. The
yeah,
vast majority of folks will not. They will turn that on themselves, make themselves feel like a failure, not then listen to anything their sales trainer or their sponsor says to them because they're in their head, scared to death. As you say, they are in fight or flight,
yeah, yeah,
worried about that word, which is why I say, how about we start focusing? I'm known as the Go for Yes gal because I have a course where I teach people, let's focus on getting the yes. Focus on that, not like pie in the sky. There's a strategy to help people want to say yes to you.
mhm.
There's a strategy to get people to say no to you, for sure. So if there's a strategy for that, why isn't there a strategy for yes? Well, there is. And I offer it, and I put that same strategy in selling from your comfort zone.
Yeah, I totally, I'm totally with you with the B, with that of belief. By the way, thanks, Stacey. Now let's give viewers and listeners details of your URL, which or website address, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let me spell it out for you. It's all the W's dot Stacey, which is STACEY, STACEY, and ANN. Hall, staceyannhall.com/home. Stacey's book, this one is called Selling from Your Comfort Zone, The Power of Alignment Marketing, and it's published by BK Berry-Kohler Publishers. I trust you're seeing the value for your selling process in Stacey's ABC structure. Now, in episode 3, we arrive at something I think is essential, but too many salesmen don't do, and that is the C for consistency. So are you up for that, Stacey?
You know I am.